Hey, it's Eric with HoosierCycles. I'm back on the Mongoose, the Expert we put together. It's a 95, and I didn't have a cantilever brake for it. The original one, the cups, the plastic retainers for the spring were broke, so I couldn't use them, and I didn't have anything to replace it with. But I went to our local co-op in Tacoma, Second Cycle, and I picked up a pretty nice Shimano that will fit this real nicely. So I'm going to swap that over. And I also picked up some metal pedals. This originally came with some plastic ones. So I'm going to put the half-inch pedals on, metal pedals. They're kind of a no-name brand, but they're actually really nice condition. They'll hold up a lot better than plastic and give us some more value. And I'm going to put the cantilever brakes on. So that's what I'm going to do to finish up with this. I also had to replace a front inner tube because it developed a hole while I was sitting. Okay, so I'm going to do those things and we'll get back on this. All right, these cantilevers I'm putting on are Shimano's. They're something like an AT something, AT10. What's nice about them is they do have one little adjustment on the right side that you can adjust the tension so it'll balance it from right or left. These were about $5, I think, but they got a cool stop pad that came with them. That's more than probably, if you bought a pair of cool stop pads, that's more than what the brake cost, a lot more. So I just got to remove this cantilever or the caliper brake. I did put one of these deals on there. Hopefully I can get the cable through there. I might have to swap out the cable if it's damaged, which is not a big deal. Hoping to use it. The reason I went with this cantilever, mainly because you have the boss right here already set up, and it fits the period of it. I probably am going to have to swap out the pad or the cable, because this type of system uses this hanger here. So this goes to the left side, and then this takes the original cable and routes it to the stop on the, it goes left side and the right side here. So it uses this special deal here. I always try to make bikes period correct. I mean, it's not, if I'm upgrading something that's nice, you could always put a V-brake on this, which would be acceptable too, but then you have this hanger out here that's just sticking here and your noodles on this side. And it's like, try to keep it period correct. It's nice. It's not going to add any more value. Somebody riding this, they just want to be able to stop. If I can get these back off. I put these on there so I wouldn't damage the threads. If you don't have a cable, you can always run your cable a little bit short. Yeah, this is definitely going to have to swap out. It's okay, we'll put a new cable on here. If I can get these guys off, we'll be in business. We'll throw a new cable on here real quick, and then we'll start setting those cantilever brakes up. The housing's in good shape. It's not kinked. Okay, so we got a new brake cable in. We'll route up here in this little perch here. Still using original hardware. These are 5mm, the mounting bolts. So this has a spring inside it, and it's already preset on this left side. This just indexes. You got 3 holes on here. I usually take it to the most extreme so I've got a lot of tension. So if you take it down to the lower setting, it'll be the bottom one, the bottom hole. I go to the top. So it's got maximum tension. Put a little grease on there so if it gets a little water in there over time, or if you got an anti-seize, you'll see more on the other side. Then I got to adjust the toe on them, which can be a pain because of the tension the spring has on it. We should get that camera up just a little bit higher. I don't know if we can. Get down on there. So I'll take that spring again. Right there, you see the tip of it there. I'll put it to the very top, and that gives you maximum tension. And I might have to adjust this back if it doesn't. Did I get it right? Now this side's a little bit different because it has the adjusting screw right there. I might have to take that left side and put it up because this one is really weak feeling. But it's probably because I backed this screw out. We'll get this one set here. And I definitely got to set the pads in because these probably came off a mountain bike. As you can see, I'm hitting way up here, hitting on the tire. Let's see, pull that over a little bit. Hit right into the tire there. It's a 10mm underneath here on this brake setup. So there's a nut underneath here, and I just hold this with an Allen, which is a 5. Loosen that up. And should be able to move that. Slide that in. And I use this left hand, I just push it in. It's got some tension to it because of the spring. Get that come out a little bit. So all you're doing is holding that stud. This is where you can tow it also. Since this is kind of convex, concaved, you got your adjustment here for your toe, so you want it towed so the front pad hits first, keep from squealing. And you can just adjust it by pushing it in and turning that. Then you can come down here and tighten it up. So that tows pretty good. And these do have a direction, the pads. Better put my glasses on and see if I get it the right way. Nope, see I turned these wrong way. The arrow's going that way. So these were on the front of a bike, not the rear. So I gotta swap these pads. It's as easy as that. Just turning it. So again, I just push it in. It's a little tough because it's got tension on it. Try to set the toe up. Might have to release a little bit more. I can push this out again. That's enough toe. It's like so there it is. Good toe. Go high there. I'm gonna have to bring that down. We're hitting way too high. And that's just sliding the whole mechanism down. Since these probably were on a 26-inch bike, that's probably best right there. About hit it perfect. It moved a little bit on me. There we go. Remember, these are small, probably like an 8mm shaft on there, so don't go wailing on them. You're gonna strip them out. So that's a good fit right there. I gotta get the other side real quick. The same length. This one has a lot more tension on this left side. Try to get the same depth. And get the toe right. Oh, we gotta make sure I flip that pad. There. Well, this pad was sitting the right way. You do want these snug because they will move. Okay, that's good. Now the way this little deal sets up, this is going to your right side. The brake cable is going to come in. Just drop it down. This will just grab the left. Set right in there. You can see that. And this will just slide in. Now you can use a third brake tool to help you out with this, but it's not really necessary. Since this is a brand new cable, it's going to stretch. And these do have a little slide that over there, it does lock into place. But if you want to use a third hand and a fourth hand, actually, you could use them both. So this is a third hand. You just grab the pads and push them forward just like that. That'll kind of hold them together. If you've ever seen a fourth hand tool, that guy, just slide that in there. Lock it in place up here. Just a little pinch there. And then you bring that up, and that takes all the tension out of it. Make sure your levers in there. Now you got tension. Everything's tight. Now you can tighten that up with a 10. This is going to have to stretch out again. Remember, cable stretch. There you go. But you don't need these. We'll give it a pinch here. And you can see how much more action that left side has before this even moves. So this is what that spring's for. So instead of putting a bunch of pressure on that, because I don't know if this plastic cup or if this is set up into this arm or is a spring up in this plastic cup. I usually like to take the tension off this left side and then go ahead and put some, tighten this up a little bit. It keeps a little pressure off that mechanism in there if it strips out on you. And then bring that back in and see where we're at. Yeah, left side still got more. This is where you can move that spring, move it to the middle, or just keep tightening this guy up. And that's your quick release too if you want to remove your tire. We'll tighten that up a little bit more. Now this rim isn't the straightest, but we do have a lot more play on this one side. This is not responding as fast. So we'll just take this all the way in. See what we got now. Better. That's pretty much max probably. Yep, that did it. So there's cantilever brakes. Now you see how far out these stick. That's why I went to a V-brake, a lot tighter, that linear pull. And this is a nice powerful brake. It's way out there. Look how this is sticking out. So if somebody's pedaling, you can see their heel's gonna maybe hit. That's why they did away with these and moved to a V-brake. And some are a lot tighter. The BMX, remember this is a mountain bike, so it sticks out pretty good. But for the most part, this is not a bad brake for this bike, and it's period correct. This could probably go down a little bit, toe in, do a little bit more adjustment on those. But that's setting up a cantilever. I'll throw some pedals on. Well, the Mongoose is all done. Well, we had it done, but we just did some upgrades. Put some metal pedals on it, and we adjusted the rear brake and put a cantilever brake back on it. So it's ready for somebody to enjoy. Now, I'm not a small guy, so I could actually ride this if I wanted to. But it's a 20-inch. All right, well, thanks for tuning in to HoosierCycles. We'll have some more videos here shortly.